The J-10 might be the best aircraft in the game. What? Well, let's try to classify it, guys. Hello guys, once again, it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons. Make sure to subscribe. And I know I already did a video about the J-10, talking a little bit and how it is flying in the first day. But after a while, after actually flying it for a couple of days now, I've noticed something that it's pretty interesting. Something that I only noticed at the last time on the Gripen. And basically this aircraft became kind of a peak, or kind of a keyhole look, right? A small little gap that you can look into the future and see basically what the future holds for the game for top tier. Only something that the Gripen managed to avoid, especially before the nerfs that we had in that aircraft. So what it is? What is it actually, right? I mean, the J-10 might look like a normal aircraft. It might look like something that it's not even that remarkable. People might even not care too much about it, but there's just something about it that it just ticks all the boxes. It's great, or at least good, at everything. It has every single type of possibility of flying in its bag, you know, it can do it all. It has, on the performance side of things, amazing turns that can, in the right circumstances, win basically against everybody. Any jet, you know. I'm not saying control an environment because it's complicated. Like, we can do dogfights and try to notice what is the best aircraft and stuff. But there's always skill involved, there's always situations involved, if the target is faster, if the target is heavier than you, etc, etc, right? So it's difficult to say that it is, oh my god, it's the best turning. It might not be. But the thing is the combination. It's the combination and the comfort that this aircraft brings when you are flying. Something that I never felt this good. I mean, the only aircraft that I can think of that was like that, as I said, it was the Gripen before, and maybe the F-16C gets there a little bit closer. But this thing ticks all the boxes, man. All the boxes. Again, in the turning capability, it can beat everything if you know what you're doing and in the right circumstances. In the speed department, acceleration, max speed, everything like that, it is on par or better than all the other jets, you know. But it can, this engine is, oh my god, it's a Sukhoi 27 engine in an aircraft that it's lighter than a MiG-29 and a little bit heavier than an F-16. It's crazy powerful with this engine. So it has the speed, it has the turning capability, delta wings, canards, everything with that. Then on the internals, it has honestly one of the best radars you can find in top tier. Why is that? Because even in normal medium PRF ranges or usages with TWS, you can still detect the target at what, 80 kilometers, which is crazy good. I don't think even, I mean, maybe the F-16C can do that. Not everybody can do that in normal medium PRF. Certainly not the Su-27s and MiG-29s. I don't think the MiG-29 I have to check, but the Su-27 certainly it's like 50. So there's that, right? So it's a easy radar to use, very fast technology that is very modernized. It's not an ESA, it's not a PESA, but it's there. The weapon systems. Okay, maybe the PL-5E2 is not the greatest missile ever. The PL-8, they're not the greatest missile ever, but they can do the job very well. They can be reliable enough for you to get 1 or 2 kills with these missiles. The PL-12s, you can take 6 of them, which is basically the same amount as you would take, for example, in an F-15 if you are only using 2 AIM-9s. Just like this payload would be like. So you have plenty of missiles, and the PL-12 is the jack of all trades of missiles, very similar to something like the AIM-120. It can do BVR like in the best possible ways. You know, there are better missiles out there, but it's great at BVR, way better than the R-77 and Mika, for example. And even in the short range, they might be worse than the Mika and R-77, but they're better than an AIM-120 sometimes. They're better than some, like, it's a very, very reliable missile, and that's the word, the key word here. It's reliable. You can get a lot of kills. I honestly, I wasn't expecting to actually talk about this aircraft so soon, but the thing is, if you're in doubt of getting this thing, just get it and fly it. I mean, of course, stock grind and stuff, you gotta pass that part, but it's an aircraft that every single match that I fly, I get 3 kills, 4, 5, 6 kills. I had actually a 6-kill game that I dominated and won, like, alone, just because of the PL-12s and the performance of climbing with this aircraft. But I managed to delete it, and I forgot to actually save it because I was missing some space in my storage, right? But at the end of the day, it's an aircraft that can do it all, just like a Gripen, just like a 4th+ generation aircraft, a 4.5, and that's the thing. People ask me, how will the Eurofighter be like? How will the Rafale be like? It will be like this aircraft, like the Gripen, but a bit better. Here and there, a little bit better. But in the performance side of things, it is not far from something like this. Yeah, it might be better, but not by much, you know? So they really are a peek into the future of War Thunder. You want to know what War Thunder will look like 1 year from now, or I don't know how much? It will be this aircraft with even better missiles. It's exactly like this. It will turn like nothing else you ever seen. At the same time that it's fast, and it can maintain a turn. This thing can, like, I only think the F-16C can have a better energy retention because the engine that thing uses is out of this world, right? But apart from that aircraft, it can maintain a very high speed while pushing as much Gs as you want. And that's the thing, I mean, notice how I compare this aircraft to many aircraft. And that's the thing, it might be worse, maybe on the number of missiles that an Su-27SM can carry. It might be worse than an F-16C in the continuous turn a little bit. It might be worse than, I don't know, a Gripen on the turning capability instantly. But at the end of the day, that's the thing. It will be better on acceleration and maintaining speed and climbing than a Gripen. It will be better having more missiles than an F-16, and sometimes even more reliable missiles, because the PL-12 seems to be an amazing missile right now. It will be lighter and more nimble and easier to dogfight than an Su-27 and F-15, because it's very light and it looks like a Gripen in the way that it flies sometimes. You know, so it brings everything. It's not that it's best at one thing. It's just that it's great at everything. It's like the second best aircraft in everything. You know, it might lose in one scenario or other, but at the end of the day, if you look at every single scenario, there's like maybe 1 or 2 aircraft that try to be as good at this thing. But even then, I just have a feeling that it's so easy and fun to fly this aircraft. It's so nimble, and you know, it's just completely out of this world how fast and good this aircraft is. And I wasn't expecting this. And you want to know how an Eurofighter will be like? Again, look at this thing, wait for it, and yeah, you will have something similar. But yeah, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe. And do you consider the J-10 the best aircraft in the game? Honestly, again, I cannot say it's the best because it takes many little things into consideration, but it's the second best at everything. So that tells you a lot. It's a very reliable aircraft, for sure the best aircraft you can have in the Chinese factory. See ya guys, into the next one.